Again, I'm going to unmute Discord and bring you in on the discussion here so that we can talk about stuff. If you guys are in IQ and you want to join, you can join the IQ Live channel. Again, your mic is just like wide open, so I don't know if you need to fix something with that. It looks like you're just talking forever. But I'm going to unmute, and so you might want to mute the stream. I don't know. You do it. You do whatever you want. Hello. Oh.
Hey.
Hello.
I know my mic was wide open, but I was waiting. Hey.
Hi again.
Do I sound good? First of all, do I sound good?
Yeah, you sound fine. Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, I'm on a good distance. First of all, hello everybody. I see you in chat. I see Hillian. I see Flav. First time seeing you. Welcome in Sabby and Skepsian if you're still here, and Kuma as well.
Scapesian.
Hello there.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one for people. I've seen people butcher Scap's name like crazy. So he's been a long time supporter from my community.
Wait,
like, he's still subbed to me even though I haven't streamed in like.
Wait, his name is Scapsian?
Scapesian.
Oh, Scapesian. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll make sure not to do my best to remember that.
Just call him Scap.
Yes, of course. The shorter the names, but as long as they're a shorter name, of course.
Over Titus. Okay, Titus, I recognize.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. First of all, can I just say, Sonny?
Yeah.
You're looking fucking good.
Thanks. I need to.
What's the level
I would prefer the stream be a little PG-13-ish.
Got it. All right. Good thing that I asked then.
Yeah, I'll just charge you an extra $5 if you do it again, but just kidding, by the way. If anybody doesn't know, I work with even though I've been sick, and haven't been able to stream, I've been working with a handful of people that I thought could benefit from a relationship working with me, and Gingin is one of my clients. So
yeah, my name is Gingin. Hello there.
So check out Ginster on Twitch or ginhub.gg. See how much better that is to have a website?
God, it's I come to think of it, was Gingin available? It sounds like I don't know.
What, gingin.com or something? You can get it.
No, it was gingin.gg. If it's available,
go get it.
I should, and just replace it with the GitHub and make it just Gingin.
No, we'll just forward it. We'll just forward it to GitHub.
Damn it! I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about. How are you feeling right now?
No. This is well, okay. Don't feel bad about talking about you because this stream is about you guys. This stream is about all of us. It's not. This isn't a stream for me. I'm not trying to grow this channel. I'm trying to give us a place to put. This is going to turn into YouTube content. I'm going to edit it down.
Do it.
And edit out all the intro stuff and me talking about stuff that doesn't matter. And the discussions about streaming will be just like slapped up on the IQ YouTube channel. This is a chance for us to talk about stuff and maybe get a little bit of extra exposure for each of our channels.
Yeah.
I know how hard it is as a streamer to do all the things. It is so hard.
What do you mean by all the things?
Yeah, ask. There's so many platforms, and it's just getting worse. There's YouTube, there's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's TikTok. There's
the worst one. Worst one.
And then there's Instagram's version of TikTok, which I like the algorithm for better. Man, there's all this cat hair on my microphone. I'm not gonna be able to stop picking at it. So
sooner or later it's gonna be some sort of ASMR. You just pulling hair from the cat and just
tickling the mic.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna purposely pull hair out of my cat. That's not gonna happen. He doesn't hang out with me anyway. He's just like the house cat. Anyway,
Is that it?
So
Oh.
so I don't know. We're all over the place right now, but that's fine. This is the first time.
It's
we're
fine. No,
doing
it's
this.
it's a it's a yeah. Listen, it's the first time. You know, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah.
I expected it to be that way, and I'm pretty sure that almost everybody here is. Hey, Buka, how's it going? Or Baku.
Bakul Dada. Bakul Dada.
That sounds Saudi Arabian. I actually like the name. Almost.
How do you think one likely to get mixed reality into a stream? That's a tough question. I don't know if we have time to answer that right now.
Okay, can I hold on? I need to ask. Mixed reality? Can you explain that to me, Sonny?
He's talking about like augmented reality, like I
Oh,
assume. So like using your smart QR codes and stuff
Right.
with a camera to project stuff in your environment.
Yeah, that's kind of insane.
Okay, so I know we tangented a lot there. So what are we talking about? I'm a professional.
Okay, first of all, it was the hair. It was the
No,
Upikyan
before
Bisman.
that, way before that.
Okay, before that. All right, let's see. It was talking about the websites and the new.
Oh, I was
appreciating
saying
the
it's a
people
lot
from,
of platforms. Yeah. So let me finish
platforms,
that
there we
thought.
go.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. When with chat, I am so ADD. I cannot focus with chat. I just want to talk about whatever chat throws out. It's horrible. Okay, so I know how hard it is. It's also hard to do the off-stream stuff that is like really important, like community building, movie nights. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And then if you have a full-time job or even a part-time job or you're in school, it's just too much. It's so much for a streamer to try to do. So my goal, one of the goals, I guess I should say, with IQ is for us to as a community to kind of help supplement those things. So
And we're not talking follow to follow, sub for sub. or
no.
anything like
That stuff doesn't
Yeah.
work anyways.
Yeah, it does
Lurk
not,
for lurk
yeah.
and all that shit. It's not real. Even if
Yeah.
it gets you to 50 viewers, it's still, what's it gonna do once that's done? Anyway. We won't talk. There's a whole podcast on that subject if you guys are curious.
Yeah.
On the IQ site. So my goal with IQ is to help supplement streamers' own brand with stuff they can latch on to. Yeah, and that's true. So like you have all the platforms. Gunfresh just made a good point that's on key here. So
Yeah.
you have all the platforms that you have to produce for, and then on top of that, you also have to be your own audio engineer, your own producer, your own marketing, branding person. Streamers are 12 different jobs in one is correct. That's what Fresh said, quoting Gone Fresh. You have to do so much stuff. You have to like this. I have a soundboard. I have a stream computer, which I'm not using right now. Most people can't handle like the bare minimum setup for a stream, let alone like what I've got going on. Which you guys, I can't even keep track of my own stuff. It's so confusing. So handling all those platforms is rough. So and we can only, even IQ can only do so much as a community to kind of supplement. But so like my goal, and this is a good way for me to segue into the stuff that we're going to be doing as a community.
All right. Nice.
So first is this, right? These Fridays casual conversations, talking with streamers. We can go over your channel. We can talk about what you're doing right, what you could work on. We can talk about streaming in general, all that stuff.
Meaning we're gonna go analytical.
If you want. If people want to come in and be
that.
like, look at my channel, tell me what I'm doing right, tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm good at that stuff. That's where I can help. I can help you get technical stuff under control and give you advice on where to spend money to improve your stream. A little more specifically than some of these YouTube creators that are trying to do the same thing, because I don't have a brand deal. I don't have any conflicts of interests. No one is paying me to say this stuff. I'm literally just buying microphones and equipment myself, testing it and being like, you guys should try this. This is the cheapest way that I think will get you this, and here's the benefits, because I've spent the time trying to figure it out myself, which Gin knows because
Oh man.
he wants some crazy
let's talk
technicals.
about the mucks and oh man, listen, I'm all about the technicals.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So I want IQ to help supplement, first of all, with just advice, but not just from me. That's why the members site, once you become a member of IQ, you have access. Everybody on IQ can make a post to the site that explains how to do something better or gives advice. You can post YouTube videos that you've made, and we'll post those on the public site for people, and we'll put them on the IQ YouTube playlist. So there's a ton of technical stuff that we can all help each other with. You know, I don't have all the answers. I have some information that can help people discover answers.
And I vouch for Sonny. He has a lot of good information. That's coming from a guy who hired him.
It's true.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
the second thing I want IQ to do is supplement content. So like this. This will be a YouTube video, so hello YouTube. And people on YouTube will be able to hopefully discover IQ and then discover you guys. If they're viewers, they can go to your channels. Hopefully one viewer comes to Gin stream because of this. Even if it's 5 years from now.
Who knows?
So if that happens for everybody and it's one viewer that we all get, that's great. A lot of you are begging for views. So, and it happens one at a time, one thing at a time. So that putting this stuff on other platforms, and all you have to do is just pop into Discord and hang out, or come into the chat and hang out with us.
Yeah, just be more interactive. Basically, yeah. Interacting with the community, the members of it, you know, have discussions. And the more you do that, the more knowledge you get. And the more knowledge you get, you become wiser. Being wise is not a bad thing, obviously.
Yeah, that's a whole topic in itself. So
Yep.
there's so then let's talk about the next things that are happening, right? So IQ is also going to be doing a weekly podcast starting 2 weeks. Let's see. Let me just give you the date. On the 22nd, will be the first. We're rebooting the podcast. It's actually going to be episode like 7 or 8 or something. I don't know. We are keeping the initial like chunk of episodes that we started with. They're not going away. We're just going to be kind of bringing in a new set of hosts, and we'll be bringing in guests. So the podcast will be having weekly, and this is kind of like this is kind of like a podcast. It's just not like an official podcast. It's more like an unofficial podcast.
That means it's a chill podcast.
Yeah, there's no pressure.
And a chill podcast not really an official podcast, in my opinion.
No, it's not an official podcast. It's not going to be syndicated outside of putting the edit on YouTube. Whereas the real podcast, the Wednesday podcast, is going to be. Hello, Corlin.
That's right,
Jedi.
Hello, Jedi. Yeah, you do hear me. You do hear a serious tone version of Gen.
And I'm not worried about how
just
this content fits on YouTube because it's a stream first, and we're going to interact with chat, and it's going to seem all over the place. Probably somebody watching on YouTube. I might put like the chat replay.
Yeah, you can have it replay, record it, and there you go.
I'll download the chat, and then and then we'll put that in the video, I guess. Yeah.
Or somewhere, yeah.
I got to figure that out, but yeah. So, but this is a stream.
Hold on, Sonny.
Yeah.
This is very important because Taja or Helium Pickles in the chat, he asked a good question.
Ty.
He said, "What if I want Gin's views?" And I'm not sure if you were serious about it, Pickles, but I took it as a joke. And the thing is, like, That this is how you become competitive. This is the real meat of the answers. The real questions.
Is it bad?
Ah,
Is it bad to
how do
be
you?
competitive though?
It is not.
It's
It
not.
is not bad. No, listen. It is not bad to be competitive. If a friend tells me, "Hey, I actually want your views," then I'm gonna be like, "All right, work for it.
Yeah, come get them.
Come get them."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and try. I mean, that
And
would
I'm
be a
not
better
being.
attitude than being
I
like,
am not. And by the way, I won't be like. I'm not obviously egotistical here. I'm just like, okay, yeah, go for it. I mean, you gotta deserve them, and you know this if you're thinking logically.
it's
You
work.
gotta do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, competitive is good. Not obsessive, maybe not so much. Exactly, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Obsessive is a whole nother matter.
Okay, so that covers Friday and the podcast. After the podcast, the plan is, I don't know how soon we're going to roll this out, but the plan is to have a community night on Wednesday night after the podcast in our Watch With Us Discord. There's a link on the website if you guys want to join that Discord. Anyone who's involved, it doesn't have to be just an IQ member. That Discord is for everybody. You can be a viewer. You can be someone who's in your. If you're an IQ member, you can invite your viewers to that Discord. That's an open Discord. As long as you know somebody, an IQ streamer, you can join the Watch With Us Discord, and that is going to be a place we're going to be hosting weekly movie nights and events and shows like that. And the idea there is a couple of things. First of all, we would like to get. It's hard, like we were saying earlier, it's hard for streamers to cover all their bases and do all this stuff. So if you're having trouble starting a movie night or getting a bunch of people to do a movie night, it's better for you and a bunch of other 10 to 15 viewer streamers to all just piggyback on the IQ movie night and tell your community, hey, we're watching a movie. This is our Watch With Us Discord. We're going to be watching there. Come, you bring 2 or 3 of your viewers, your friends, and then bring 3 or 4 more, and then bring 3 or 4 more, and it'll grow. And you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is let us host the movie and join with us. And your viewers can meet other streamers in IQ, and there's going to be crossover. We do share viewers. A lot of the IQ streamers, I see the same people in people's chats. So it's a nice place. You know, if you come and Hylian's there, and you guys all have viewers that have some crossover, they're going to come and hang out with both of you guys. So this is kind of the idea is to kind of give us a place. Plus it's a Discord that's like a regular place for watching stuff. And if people want to like watch a movie or hang out with people who are watching stuff, you can just go in there and start, watching a movie or watching a show. I watch a lot of shows. It's going to be hard for me to switch to movies, to be honest. I like movies, but I love shows. So,
Who's gonna vote on shows though? Exactly. How does it gonna work?
we have a list that we've started in the IQ leadership section of the IQ Discord, where we've kind of thrown together a list of movies and stuff like that. And they're mostly just going to be like movies people generally are okay watching anyway. So,
Gotcha.
but I probably will transition to shows pretty quickly because shows are so good. But I have to wait until we have a decent amount of regular people coming and showing up, because with shows it's hard if you miss an episode.
It is. Yeah. Yeah,
You
definitely.
you don't man. Okay. Anyway, so we'll get back to that, but so. And we'll do other things in that Discord in the future too, like game nights and other community building things. But we're gonna start with movie nights. Is that everything?
Oh man, an opportunity to play with GoFresh
Oh.
over Titus, Taj, and Colin Jedi. Sounds
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Like a LAN party stream of IQ streamers,
Hell yeah.
that kind of thing. So
Absolutely.
then the last bit of information is so this is once a month. I'm inviting the community artists on IQ, the people who are open for commission and have made stuff for people in the community. They're going to be streaming with me on this channel. This is going to happen on Sundays. once a month. We will stream together and we will make graphics and stuff that we will make available on the IQ website for streamers to download, which there's already a handful of stuff that Gravity Bee and myself have made. And some other community members have made some graphics. So
I assume it's gonna be like while you guys are designing the graphics, you have it intended to be used for like, to be looking really good when it's animated, right? As a
well,
sword.
it's going to be a spectrum of stuff. So there'll be some animated
Spectrum, okay.
stuff like alerts. There'll be stingers, more stingers. There'll be panels. Pretty much all the things that you need to like dress your stream up more. So I don't know.
Alright.
And it'll be themed stuff, Halloween, winter. There'll be different spooky, fall, that stuff. There'll be themes every once in a while, and there'll just be stuff. So, and I'm gonna try and do that bi-weekly, so that every other Sunday I'm making stuff, and once a month, and the other artists can join me for that. But once a month it'll be the group of us, and we'll all be streaming and hanging out, and you can watch us make stuff, and you can give us input on what you want made from the chat, things like that.
That is a really cool idea. I
So-
like that. Yeah, I like that to be seen in the Infinite Quality live channel. That's good.
I added a new page to the public website, the IQ public site, infinitequality.live. If you go there and you click on artists, you can see the portfolios. There's a couple of people that haven't sent me stuff yet, so that'll get added when they send it to me. But we've got a page, so if anybody's curious about who the artists are, what they've made for IQ, or if they have a website where there's more, there's a button for that too. So like Hylian and myself.
Oh, hey, you did update the site. That's good. Yeah, I'm
So-
glad.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the announcement section over with.
Yay!
So, Gin, did you want to talk about your channel, your stream? Did you want to have a discussion?
Like something to discuss. Okay, can I just say, if there's anything that I can offer as an advice, to all of you who's currently watching this, and you're like really wanted to have a sticky stream, is to really
Wait,
take
sticky
a-
stream. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So, okay. I want to ask you. Okay, before I go on, hey, Sunny, let me ask you about stickiness.
Yeah, let's talk about
what is the, what,
let's define it.
Define stickiness. Like, what is it from your definition?
So, the idea is when a new viewer, and regular viewers come to your channel, how attached do they become to your stream? How much do they stick to become a part of your community? The idea is more or less, is your stream doing a good job and making people feel connected to you and your community, and how quickly does that happen? It's just kind of like this weird meta concept that's deeper than just like one idea, because it has to do both with brand new viewers and your regular viewers, because you can have regular viewers that's Oberlink said the opposite is slipperiness. Like how much do people just slip? They come in. I had a very slippery channel. I understand this completely. The thing is, we didn't have language for it until really Jared started talking about it. Jared's really good at figuring out words.
No, he's a marketer.
He and then I'm better once the concept is like has words on going deep. So it's like a good team up. But the slipperiness of your channel, you have to look at the stickiness and the slipperiness as like the two sides of the same coin, I guess, where the things you're doing, and it could be anything, that causes your stream to become sticky, and the things that make your stream sticky for one person might be the thing that makes it slippery for a bunch of other people. So you have to be really careful with this. This concept is actually incredibly important, because if you don't see, like, I've seen this a lot, okay? You have small channel.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be rude when I say small channel. It's just a realistic term. It's not.
No, it's a realistic. It's not. I don't think it's rude. No.
If you get your feelings hurt by somebody using words like small and relating it to your viewership, you might need to meditate and like rethink your approach to this, because this is a business. You need to look at it as realistically as possible. If it's a hobby, then the numbers shouldn't matter to you at all, and my opinion of small or big or large or whatever shouldn't matter. But you really have to. Okay, so I've had a lot of people, and I'm saying small, like 10, 15, the range, probably wherever we're at. Small is this, smaller than this, and around this range. I think, I don't know, I'm not watching the view count, but I can't imagine we're anywhere near 15 or 16 viewers. So you want to look. I've had people say my community at 12 viewers, 15 viewers, even 20 viewers, and I'm like, what community? Like, my community likes it when I do this. And if 20 people like that you do something, that can be an actually like a negative feedback loop, where you end up making decisions for your stream that negatively impact your make you slippery for new viewers, but make those 20 viewers stick. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So okay, here we go. See, your definition of stickiness. See, I agree with. Now, the reason I brought it up is that, like I mentioned, if there's an advice that I wanted to give to everybody who's currently listening, that I feel like it's an effective advice as long as you like learn about it. Learn about presentation, and overall, generally. The more you know presentation.
What do you think's a good way to do that? Like that's good advice, but it's not direct enough to be able to send someone off to figure out how to do that. So, what is a good way for somebody to learn presentation? Do you have one?
One way to know about it is, from watching specific YouTube videos. There's also reading books about it. I don't know specifically about. It's weird for me to say, "Hey, read about it from books," but honestly, when it comes to presentation, it's more appropriate that you watch a video about it, not a book.
Highland Pickles is a good one.
Also, watch big streamers. That's one of them.
Man, the amount of times I've asked a streamer what streams they watch. What big streamers do you... They're like, I want to be a big streamer. And I'm like, which big streamers do you watch? And they say, none. 0. None. I don't know what to...
There's a good example of a good huge streamer that I don't know if everybody is familiar with. His name is Ludwig. He's really good at presentation. He explained it so well when he made us his summary of how to become a big streamer on Twitch, and there's so many good points he got there, because he was like, at first he outlined he told everybody that everyone should write down exactly what their 5 objective is, and in the case, and he even told the people who didn't even pick up the pen or paper to write down. He told them, just quit, because if you're not gonna be bothered to pick up a pen and paper to write down your objectives,
it's so
just don't
true.
bother. And I'm like, God, that's so good. It's not like I'm not. It's such a burn, but it's also informative. Like he hit the nail on the head.
One of the reasons he's so good at presenting is that he's not making a stream. He's making a YouTube video.
That's the other thing that I've actually learned from him, and actually I'm currently trying to master that his way or technique. I don't want to call it technique, but that the fact that when he plans his streams, he plans them as to be as a YouTube video,
Yeah,
and I'm
he's
like,
making a video.
man,
So
man,
that
it's
changes your
genius.
mindset. So one of the things
Yeah.
that's important here. So if you're going to learn about presentation, how you present on stream, some people have like it's natural, right? They're naturals at it, and I always
They know
hear
body
people who
language.
make like
People who know
it,
body language, Sonny, are the most successful, dude. I'm telling you.
right, but some people
Like,
naturally like
yeah.
intuit body language. I talk a lot with my hands and stuff because I learned sign language when I was young. And I used to sign when I would talk. I still sign if I get kind of exhausted and I'm talking. I talk to myself a lot too. I think a lot of people don't talk to themselves. Do you talk to yourself again when you're alone?
Oh man. When I'm alone or okay, hold on. When I'm on stream or off stream?
Off stream.
Off stream, I do that internally. I don't want to say
It's
it out
in your
loud
head.
because
You
it's in
know,
your. I mean,
there's
it has to be because otherwise my mom would be here, and I wouldn't want her to ask, "Hey, what are you talking about? Who are you talking to?"
I
So,
I well, there's some. I read some information. I don't know how true it is, but something
mhm.
about speaking in your mind. You still kind of make a voice in your throat. You still actually kind of talking with your throat, even when you're not
Oh,
talking
that
out loud.
level, I have not seen it or heard of it before. Talking from the
I'm
throat,
sure
like
there's an
in
exceptions to the rule here, but
are we talking about
no,
ventriloquism?
no,
What
no.
was that
Like when
word?
you think, you still kind of have voice. You do like a voice in your throat that's tiny, that's inaudible, basically.
I mean, okay, there is a voice. It's not from the throat.
No,
It's
no, it's not from the
from
throat.
mine.
No, but what I'm saying
Yeah.
is the muscles in your throat, like you're talking, still happen.
Ah, yeah. I see.
I don't know. I
So,
read that
so
somewhere.
what were
I
we
don't know how
talking about?
true it is,
So
but
why do you do so
the
is that how
concept I think
you
is important because,
mm,
well, anyway, I talk out loud all the time. When I go on walks, I'll go on like a few mile walks, and I talk. And I don't. If there's other people around and stuff, obviously I don't want them to like notice it, so I do it so that if there's people around, I don't talk out loud. But what I noticed is if I'm towards the end of the walk, when I'm like tired and sweaty, I'll start signing, even when I don't
Oh
really
yeah.
want to. Um,
Yeah,
so I have a hard time with it because I lose track of like I do like laps. I'll lose track of how many laps I'm at because I'm talking.
But wait, why did you mention this? Like what does it has to connect with
Because
about
talking to
your
yourself
presentation? Yeah.
is a form of presentation. You're presenting to yourself. Um, a lot of people don't have practice presenting, and that you need presentation is something that you need to like learn. You need to work on. Um, And I think a lot of people who don't talk out loud to themselves, like I have a ton of stage experience and theater and improv and different things like that, music. Um,
Mhm.
and I just naturally talk out loud, talk to myself out loud. And I think that's probably because of the performance side of me that exists. And then I find a lot of people they don't present to themselves. Because they feel like it's awkward, and then when you go live,
The result is that they're silent.
you
That's
feel
the point.
awkward talking out loud because you don't
Yeah.
not used to
So
doing it.
basically, so yeah, what happens at that point is that if you it's most streamers I believe are like basically they don't have that much experience with talking to themselves, and what the results are obvious that you're just gonna see them sitting there silent.
That's because
Sometimes they utter a word or two.
a lot of streamers just want to play games, and
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
okay
Oh
if you just want to play games.
yeah, that is okay.
It's
Totally.
just managing expectations is hard because you can't expect to have a massive stream if you don't present. If you just play
It is a
games.
it is a sign that whoever is streaming right now without like any goal or plan, it's just it's obvious that you see him streaming without a goal or a plan in mind, and you feel like that he should have his expectations set to a limit so that he doesn't hurt himself mentally. Yeah, I think it sounds like it.
Do you guys
Um,
talk out loud to yourself?
yeah, what about you people? What
For
about you,
me,
Kuma? What about
Kuma
Kuma?
says, I don't want to really play games on stream. I just want to talk. I find that to be true, too. I I have, like, every console, like, in history right here. And not really, but I have a ton of them. And they're all modded to be, like, the best visual quality possible. And crazy. That's a whole thing. If you guys want to talk about retro gaming at some point as a topic.
I'm sorry, Oberlin.
I've got the retro gaming side of things nailed down, but I have like zero desire. Well, gaming kind of sparks up my my condition, whatever's wrong with me right now. So, kind of waiting till I don't have any symptoms when I'm playing games and stuff. Sometimes even movies and stuff will bother me, but it's been a while since movies and shows have bothered me, which is good. But games still kind of do it. So I don't really want to play games either, and I don't know. Like, is Twitch? What do you guys think the future of Twitch actually looks like? Is it gaming content, or is it actually just like everything?
I'd see it as a hybrid of things. Might as well make it gaming mixed with real life, mixed with music. Even though that Twitch had so many categories. I can totally see like one stream go really wild and go from like it just chatting immediately and have it make it feel like it's an actual game. Can you imagine that? That'd be actually entertaining.
Yeah, I feel like as things move forward, we're going to see more non-gaming.
The lines will be blurred. Yeah, the lines will be blurred.
I don't know. I just feel like it's not going to be about gaming in as much. It's going to be game streams. I don't think they're going to go away, but
oh no, no.
I don't know.
That'd be weird.
I feel like it's gonna. Kuma says I feel like it's always going to be 60-40 of gaming and live streaming entertainment. So 60% gaming. Yeah. I think that's kind of how it is now. I feel like it's going to shift in the other direction. I feel like most streams that people want to watch and consume, more people consume YouTube. And it's not the gaming channels that are the biggest, right? What are the biggest YouTube channels?
Because they reached a point of saturation that's like, damn, it's going to be hard, but it's doable, but it's got to be hard for you. If you want to reach a high point, and when it's like, what you're doing is gaming content on YouTube, kind of like how I'm doing it, and I'm glad that I'm self-conscious about it as I'm saying it.
Talk about yourself a bit, Gin. Tell us your approach right now.
Like I've said, I joined here not to talk about myself, but you know what? You're right. I should. Since
you're an example.
This discussion.
Use yourself as an example.
See, here's
bathroom
the thing.
cam. Oh, hold on, I can't.
Wait a minute. Speaking of which, Sonny, listen. I don't know if you've seen it before, but I do have a bed cam now, and it's like the weirdest shit.
Of course you do.
Listen. Speaking of stickiness, believe it or not, that's the shit that's gonna make people stick.
Oh man.
And I know that
it's not PG-13 enough for me. This direction. Okay.
Listen, I did not mean to say that. You're the one.
It's just okay.
Okay. Wait, what were we talking about? I totally forgot.
Your approach.
Myself. My approach to my YouTube.
Well,
right?
let's tie this in back with stickiness real quick. So, there's two things. You have to attract viewers in order to stick them in the first place. So we're kind of talking about it. So not only do you have to, like, when the viewer shows up, impress them and have them hang out and have them follow and have them subscribe, join the Discord. Yeah. Discord's a big one. If you can get people to join your Discord, you're doing really well. But then utilizing Discord properly is a whole other game. A lot of streamers will do that wrong. We could talk about that at some point. But the attracting viewers is not stickiness. You can't attract viewers with stickiness. Your stickiness will help increase your viewer count and the amount of people watching your stream, but it's not going to make
Be the
people.
reason for the people that will keep on, staying in the.
It becomes a
in the
part
Yeah.
of your attractiveness as you grow, because you'll have the more viewers you have on Twitch, the more discoverable you become in the game category because you go up the list. But if you're just starting out and you're just a brand new streamer, your stickiness is more about, you stream for 5 hours and 3 people stopped in. Are those people going to hang out? Are they going to join your Discord? Are they going to be there next time? That's the stickiness is all about that.
When they're gonna look at is the personality.
So you have to have stickiness, but you also have to be able to attract viewers. And so the YouTube side of things, like what you're trying to do, can help with that, is attracting the viewers. And if you don't have these two things, you're screwed no matter what. Because if you're not sticky, then you can attract 1,000 people. 1,000 people can stop by, but if they leave 2 minutes in, or 10 minutes in, or 15 minutes in, or an hour in, and they never come back, you're slippery. You could have 1,000 viewers and your viewer count never goes above 15, or 12, or whatever, or 2. So these two things are really important: discoverability and stickiness. Which is why in the IQ Discord.
Do we have examples like of how to of situations where a streamer managed to get viewers sticky into their stream?
That is a tough question, because what works seems all over the place. If you look at all the top streamers, or if you look at people who have 100+ viewers, which we're talking. A lot of the larger streamers would consider 100 viewers like nothing, but a lot of the tiny streamers would consider 100 viewers massive. So, if you're looking at what's working for a streamer, man, that's why it's so hard to nail down. Because if you go from stream to stream to stream to stream, sometimes it's really obvious. Other times it's like, what? Why are people watching this? Then that makes it really complicated and difficult to deal with, for sure.
Yeah.
So what we do know some things. It's easier to talk about what doesn't work, because the thing is, I think so many things actually work. They work really, really, really well.
Yeah.
So that makes it really complicated when you try to talk about what does work. Because here's the other thing too. There's so much that will actually work that hasn't been done yet.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I'm currently looking into it myself. I'm looking for something that's never been done before, or like, this is why people are usually given the advice to new content creator to not only steal from what's been done, but add a twist to it. And it's got to be a pretty good twist if you're gonna go like, copy someone else's ways. Got to be really good, because that's the only way. That's how we do
everybody iterates. Iteration is actually probably a good way to go. It's a little bit less work because you don't have to come up with something that no one's ever seen before.
Very true.
But if you can come up with an idea that like no one's done yet, no one is doing, like the first VTuber, or there's a ton of examples.
Something on that tier, but obviously first VTuber is.
But I guarantee you, there are streamers who did something for the first time ever, and no one noticed. So it is multi-complicated. You can
now, okay, yeah, but hold on a minute. Why? Why are they not noticed? Even though that they did something new. What's the usual reason? Probably because of discoverability on Twitch, isn't it?
If you do something that no one's ever done before, and no one's watching you do it, yeah. I mean, it's like People got to know you're doing the thing for it to work.
Right.
So if you go into Call of Duty, and you're you're the first VTuber playing Call of Duty, and you're at the bottom of the list with 0 viewers, you can make I think the thing that we need to say here is you can make really good decisions, but also make all the wrong decisions next to it and totally destroy the good stuff you're doing. You really have to be able to execute on so many levels. You have to make good choices. This is why game selection is important. So that's why it's complicated to be a streamer. It's not as simple as just like, being really good at OBS and setting up cool alerts, and that stuff's complicated on its own for a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
That stuff people struggle with first. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff. You can have the most unique stream on the planet, but if you're doing it in the wrong game category, it's not going to work for you.
And if you do it at the wrong time, it's not going to work.
Time? What do you mean by time?
Well, time zones. I mean, scheduling. We're talking about
the whole world is awake at some point.
Yeah, the whole
like not everybody, obviously, but in every time zone, you've got people up at night.
Yeah, that makes sense, but it depends on also everything's connected by the category, isn't it? Like the category of the game. Yeah, it's true that there's some people that we're gonna woke up, but it's gonna vary from category to category. Say for example, EU likes Counter-Strike more than North America, and you aware of the fact that they're like this, they like to watch it from a specific hour and time. I'm sorry, I'm being too analytical. I don't know if you understood what I said.
No, I see what you're saying, but I don't think time zone plays as big of a role as just choosing the right game in general. I mean, if you have only the problem with time zone thing is that some people can only stream during certain hours. They don't get a free schedule to be like, I'm going to stream when it's best. So you have to overcome the difficulties of the time zone you're in. I think that's what you're saying, actually.
Yes.
So if your stream window is East Coast 3 to 9 o'clock at night or something, don't stream oversaturated games during that period. But this has to do with discoverability, which we were kind of talking about with the YouTube stuff. So let's go back to what you're doing. Tell us about what you're trying to do to expand your discoverability.
Well, go for YouTube. I was thinking about also doing a little bit of where I take a little bit of the streams and I just make this. There's exclusively some of them for TikTok, just a little bits of it. But that's one idea. The other idea is regarding TikTok, is that I don't take content from streams and edit them. Just make something that's completely original, completely different. Just my own Gin way. Hold on, overlinks. I love that comment. I assume no one dropped freedom on your house. I'm but okay, going back to YouTube. See, I actually like the idea of me adding my own footage of videos. That's not so. That means that
tell
the
us your
video is not
process though.
100%
Let's start from the beginning of your process, right? So,
okay, I think
So you've got we gotta change setting real quick. You've got.
Mm-hmm. Also,
you've got a plan.
Matt is a good example on he makes stuff on TikTok. Yeah,
you've got tell us how you execute the whole plan. Start from tell us your workflow, right? So
okay. My workflow regarding the YouTube, is that what you mean?
Right, because I think
okay.
Just talking about the goal will become obvious as we see how you execute.
All right, let's see. I just think of my streams overall when I start my streams. I usually work around look into the title of the stream itself, because the title of the stream could be a YouTube video potentially. If it is not a title that is suitable to my liking, that's gonna be worth it for to be put on YouTube, I try to change it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be the same wording. It could be, I could use words that are based on plugins that are they're designed for the YouTube process. I could look into data, which by the way I do have those tools. They're kind of useful, not all the time, and I don't
So what
go
you're
for
saying
them
is
100%.
you're trying to craft part of your stream to hit markets in the algorithm on
Yeah,
YouTube.
to hit the SEO, yeah, that kind of thing. That's the kind of ways that I do it.
This is a good idea.
And in very very rare situations, it's not currently going on right now, but I believe it's going to be in the coming future. I'm gonna it's probably that I will be able to at one point design, a title, a thumbnail. This is gonna be it's probably what's gonna be my process. It's gonna be always like this. If I reach that point, it's gonna be always title, thumbnail, then just put them on the side just to remember. Think of how to make it interactive for the stream.
Are you
when
saying
I'm
this is
doing
how you create
Twitch.
your? Sorry, is this how you create your list for like the videos you want to make? Is you start with the title and you make the thumbnail first
Yeah,
before you've made
and
the
then
video?
no, before I stream, the video. That's the
Well,
this is
because
how
you make the video on stream, so before you actually have.
Okay, yeah.
So you're doing the opposite of a lot of people. A lot of people make the video and then make the thumbnail and title.
Yep. No, I'm opposite.
Okay,
It's like that because that's
it's fine. Yeah.
that's I think no I think that's better. I
Well,
think that's basically like making the design a title for a book, and then working on the content and see how far it will see how far it goes for me. If I find it that it's actually good, I don't drop it or like remove it from my listing. I just keep it.
yeah.
That's kind of my way.
Well, in a
Give us
lot of
my
ways,
ABCs, friend.
I think it's good because it's
Yeah.
if you start with the list isn't even a first. It's a first step, but it's not really. It's like a goal of what you want to do. You haven't really
It's
done.
a goal of what I want to do.
You haven't really done anything yet, right? So if you make
No,
the
but I work
thumbnail and the
around it.
title for each video,
No,
you've got it.
Not just. Here's the thing, Sonny. Sorry, but it's not just the title. I don't just make the title and the thumbnail first. I actually, before even streaming, right? I actually work around OBS to see if it's gonna work. If it's gonna work around my the title and the thumbnail. If the whole content is gonna be like associated with the YouTube thumbnail and title, that means that I managed to work out, say, exclusive, moments, exclusive bits, exclusive things. I'm sorry, probably didn't understand it there. It's a little bit vague. It's a little bit
Yeah,
'cause it's
I'm
such a-
trying to
yeah.
imagine what you mean. So you're trying to say that you
Okay.
sit down in OBS and you try to make sure what you want to work will work. Is that what you're saying?
Around with the
Because it's
title
more
and the
than just
thumbnail, yeah.
it's more than just making a YouTube video while you're live. You have like a plan to like do certain jokes.
That's the one. There we go. There you go. That's the one that I was trying to say.
Okay.
It's not just jokes. I mean, it could be. Yeah, let's go. Since most people know that I'm going for the comedic route a little bit,
Yeah.
then yeah, it's jokes. So, yeah, no, you got it. That's what I was trying to explain.
Okay. And then so you go live, and then once
Go
you're
live,
comfortable.
I see how it is. When I'm seeing how comfortable it is,
Do
I
you-
actually edit the video and I upload it.
Do you record through OBS while you're streaming, or do you?
Now, yeah, okay, this one. I used to think that it would be better if I record and stream. I found that it doesn't matter at my stage. It does not matter.
You just download the VOD.
I gotta download the VOD,
Okay.
and it's not the quality is not that horrible. If people can read the text from my own Twitch chat, for just fine, and if it looks good in color wise, like because I got a monitor for that, then yeah, I don't need to like have a separate machine to record, just the entire stream in Hyper HD or whatever. While the HD from the VOD is actually worth it.
Okay.
Um,
So on some level, I think the advice there is don't overthink your process. Just get started and work with what you can work with.
yes. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Don't overthink your process. Just go for it. Just do
It's
it.
really
And by the
easy.
way, it's like when you do it and keep doing it, and like how I'm doing it recently on since 2 weeks, making a stream and then upload it, making the stream, edit video, you actually learn a lot, a lot of information, that you didn't know, especially about video editing. If you're like the video editor, especially and
That's a key
even for
point.
marketing.
This is a key thing
Yeah,
here is you don't have to know as a streamer, and this is pretty much everything.
yeah,
You don't have to know how to do everything to get started. You really just have to get started and be willing to learn as you go.
yes, yes,
You're gonna make mistakes. Go make the mistakes. Go get. That's how you get better. You don't start by
yeah,
picking up the guitar, and and being good at it. You have to be bad at it for a while and learn how to be good. And
yeah,
it's
and
the same process for everything.
yeah,
And I would say you're better off. This goes for everything. If you're just a streamer, it doesn't matter how bad your camera is and how bad all this stuff is.
yeah,
If you're just starting, go be bad, and then. But the thing that a lot of people don't do is improve. They don't get better. They
they don't
just
take
keep
notes.
doing the bad thing.
Yeah,
And
here's the thing: they don't take notes. They're not taking it
they
seriously.
don't go watch their
That's why
own
they're not.
VOD.
Yeah,
They
they don't
don't
watch it.
listen to the stream and go, "Oh shit, that doesn't sound right. Why does that sound like that?" They don't. It doesn't. You don't have to watch the entire VOD. You skip through it, and constantly check through it. Oh my
Yeah,
god, my capture card was freaking out here. I didn't even realize what's wrong with that. This is the stuff that causes you to go maybe update the drivers or the firmware, and
yeah.
you're not going to be able to. I just the
You
thing
know
you
when
have to
they
do
say
is be
practice makes perfect,
be your own critic.
and
And
be your own critic. There you go.
this goes back to the watch bigger streamers thing, because if you're not comparing yourself to people that are doing well and you're just looking at your own stream and you have no context, you want to go watch somebody stream who is doing well and hear what their mic sounds like, look at their camera, look at what they're doing, and then go watch your stream and be like, oh, this is a jarring experience to go from this to me. And that's what people are doing on Twitch. They're watching this person, and then they find you, and they click on you, and they go here.
Yeah,
Learning how to video edit is one of those key skills. You know how to video edit. Again, you just want somebody else to do it for you because you're busy, right?
wait, sorry. Can you repeat what you said there?
Don't you know how to do video editing?
Yes, I do.
But you want somebody else to do it for you because of your busy schedule, right?
Well, my schedule is busy, and for those
Or
people
are
who
you
don't
fine
know,
doing it yourself? Are you fine doing
okay,
it yourself?
I'll tell you this. I'm fine doing it myself, but I know at one point if I'm gonna keep doing this, and at one point I actually get a little bit higher, and let's say have a higher value
Yeah, pay an
viewers,
editor. Yeah,
pay an editor. I might consider paying an editor.
yeah.
Right now,
There is a point where it's a good idea.
I'd rather be like, this is what, by the way, this is a thing that a lot of business administration, what do you call it, business guys, they do. They're in business, they're managers. Managers usually has to know some information about almost everything
Not in
the
the
works.
U.S., buddy.
Yeah, dude, you're in the US, man. Out of all the places, of course you know.
Most of the managers out here don't know anything about what their people are doing.
Really? Okay, that's
Yeah.
a bad experience. I can
Yeah.
hear it's different, I think.
You don't be that way. You can't be that way. Yeah.
Some people got to be jack of all trades, and for me, I have to be a jack of all trades until a certain point. By the way, empty apartment, thank you. appreciate it.
I think it's a good idea to learn video editing and to do it yourself in the beginning.
Very, very yes.
Because
very, very yes.
you want to, first of all, you want to be able to work with your editor, which is kind of what you're saying, right? If you can get your videos edited in a way that you enjoy, then you're kind of good to go when you hire a video editor, because you kind of know what to expect from them. You know, if you're hiring them. If you don't really know video editing, you can't say, hey, this part needs to be a little bit, trimmed.
Trimmed,
this
J cuts.
I didn't,
a fade,
the timing on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be able to kind of speak the language with your editor, because in the end, and the other thing is if you learn how to edit, you're putting yourself out there on another level too. Most of the big YouTubers, they all edited their own videos. It's very rare that you find somebody that just recorded videos in their room and sent it off to an editor and their YouTube channel blew up. The majority of these people are not doing that.
Yeah.
So, and I find a lot of streamers, they don't want to do it. It's one of the reasons they don't make videos. They think they can't learn, or they don't have time to learn. But then they're streaming like Call of Duty or Fortnite or whatever, these massive games to nobody for 12 hours. And I'm like, dude, take
frustrates me, dude.
Take 2 hours. Take 2 hours of your stream and learn video editing on stream. If you want to be live, go be live. But I have one of my clients, we're starting working on his YouTube content, and I'm like, you need to go. He's like, I don't know when I can record these videos. I'm like, do it on stream. Take the first hour of your stream and record the video. And he's like, well, when am I going to edit it? I'm like, the next stream. Go edit it on stream. You have the time.
I gotta say, like, there's always time. It's all about, it's very possible to learn video editing.
This is a good concept.
The scope of the video that you want to be produced, right? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about, let's say length. 30 seconds. Try it. Don't think of yourself, okay, if I'm gonna be a video editor, oh man, I should be uploading them 5-minute video, 10-minute video. Okay, so now start small. Go 30. Then go 1 minute. Then go 2 minutes. Extend that.
This is a good point.
Yeah. Don't go.
Everyone's in a rush to get to be like the best version of themselves. Instead of, what you need to do is look at your life on a timeline that's longer than today or tomorrow or next month. Look at it like 6 years from now. Where do you want to be 6 years from now? You can take your time if it takes you 6 years. You don't have to, like Gin is saying, it's more important that you put out a 30-second video once a month and build up 6 years later to doing weekly videos that are 10 minutes long. Take your time getting there. There is no rush.
Also take your time learning what it's, the technicalities of uploading to multiple platforms. For example, TikTok is way different because you have to care about portrait mode, and that's gonna be such a challenge for me, considering that I hate portrait mode. Now,
I actually found a tool that might help you with that.
Oh, thank you. Hand it to me. I like to know.
Yeah. There's an online video editor that will take your videos and help you edit them for those platforms.
I think I've seen it, but that sounds good.
I haven't used it though, so I can't. I'm not gonna drop it in chat or anything until I personally played with this stuff. Because
see, by the way, I found out that if we're talking about Twitter, for me, if your clip is under 30 seconds, it's good. You shouldn't make it long. For Twitter, people like to scroll up and down.
Let's talk about the platforms real quick. So we've covered a lot.
Yeah, let's go.
I want to ask if you could rank the top 3. So Twitch, you're a Twitch streamer.
Yeah, I'm a Twitch
What
streamer,
are the next? What are the top? Let's say 2. 3 is a lot for people.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just remove Discord from the equation because Discord is its own thing, and it's number 2. after Twitch. It's probably number one actually. If you're really looking at yourself as a creator, your most important platform, in my opinion, is Discord.
Yeah.
Number two, your number one is going to feel like Twitch because it's the thing you care about most.
It's gonna be, yeah. It's mostly like the core of it is Twitch,
right.
And at
So
the end of the day, it's gonna
Twitch,
start and it's gonna end at it. It's gonna be like what completes the cycle of people coming back and how would they find me.
So what are the next two most important platforms that you would say people should be
my opinion?
making? Yeah, you just give us your opinion. It doesn't matter
Alright.
if it's right or it's wrong. Let's just talk about it.
I'd say Twitter.
Twitter's your your next most important.
Yeah, Twitter is number two.
What about YouTube?
YouTube would be the last.
YouTube is next.
You know what? Here's the thing. You know why? Because right now at this stage, I'm still preferring the fact that my videos should be short, not long. Even though that recently I've been trying to get used to the uploading them to be much more longer.
Yeah.
And I found for a matter of convenience, and make sure that I have enough time to also focus on YouTube. Twitter got to be second place, and my clips got to be short. Like if you can see recently, one of my clips were intentionally 20 seconds, and I was thinking about like even making that number go less, but I thought it would lose context, so I had to be careful. Sometimes you got to be careful on like say, and ask yourself, is the video itself worth it if you want to upload it on Twitter in the first place?
Okay, well, hold on.
Maybe
Let's add some context to this. I want to know why you think Twitter is more important than YouTube.
Well, because like I've said, at this stage, you know how I mentioned, hey, people should start when they work on their video editing skills. People should start small, 15 seconds, 30 seconds. Make a 30 seconds video. You don't have to make it 5 minutes. That's why I put Twitter, in second place, because I have not reached a regular point where I'm able to upload a video on YouTube that's 10 minutes.
How do you feel?
So I'd rather, and considering that I have a full job, from 8 to 5,
right?
That's why I have to put Twitter at second.
Okay. So if you're giving someone else advice, what would you put second?
If I put, well, I have to know them. I'd have to know, okay, how much time do you have, and what kind of stuff do you do? Is it going to be gaming? Then at this point, if you have a job, if you have a situation like me that's 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
I just want to know how much you really.
5 days a day.
I'm just trying to get to the Twitter, why it's like so up there for you, because a lot of people would probably say YouTube is more important than Twitter.
They're both marketable platforms.
Yeah, they're both. They're both important.
I'll be honest that I don't know myself the statistics myself of how many users they're focused on what platform. I know that, but that I don't have that statistic. However, to me, I just find that it's more convenient, and at my level and that stage, it's got to be Twitter in second place.
How much time do you spend on Twitter versus YouTube? This is a question for chat too.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
What do you guys spend more time
4
consuming?
And it's most of 4 hours. If I adding video editing to that. No, I'm Mr. Zombie.
How much time? I spend a lot of time, especially while I was in my worst part of my recovery, on YouTube, and as I kind of feel better, I'm spending a lot more time on Twitter. A lot of people dislike Twitter because it's like a lot of negativity. So I would say if
I can see that.
if you're in this place where you're feeling like YouTube, Twitter is just not YouTube. Sorry, Twitter is just super negative. You need to maybe kind of start over a little bit, like unfollow all those people that you're seeing.
Just listen, unfollow. And by the way, Twitter has great tools to block certain words that you don't want to show on your feed. So there you go. You got it's just like how Twitch got great tools.
Okay.
To stop some people from not coming in, like fucking Huss. but Haas keeps coming in. The people should actually, in that
I haven't got
regard.
any Haas follows since an hour ago.
Oh,
So.
jeez. I think, God, man, I hope that they never come back. Yeah. So, yeah. Come to think of it, I feel like a lot of people don't use the tools that they're provided when they're needed the most.
That's true. So
Um,
you
for
would tell
Twitter,
somebody, make sure you have a
yeah.
Twitter presence. I know a lot of people that have had zero Twitter presence. And then I was like, you should get on Twitter, and they're like, really? I don't really like Twitter.
Also, the thing is, with Twitter, it's just like YouTube. You can know about what's the best time for you to upload a video, at what hour. And I learned a really huge information about the last video that I uploaded, Sunny,
Mm.
to Twitter. And oh yeah, okay, let's talk about that. Okay, in my Twitter, right, there's a video that I uploaded. Okay, so here's how I marketed it. I've added three emojis on the top, right? Like, cause you know how in Twitter you can like add emojis, but no text. I know that I uploaded them on the same time, and the clip was less than 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after posting it and after waiting, let's say almost like I believe 8 hours, I decided to delete the tweet and try again, but with a different sentence. So in the sentence, I said, "Holy shit! I did not do any editing. Oh my god, moment is so real. Oh no!" And something like that. You guys will figure it out. And then like, okay, I made it all capitalized, right?
Mm-hmm.
I posted it at 3 p.m. My time zones.
Mm-hmm.
Not something that's not a time zone that's inconvenient, where people are probably gonna go to sleep or like they're doing the work, and and the tweet did well. 21 likes compared to like what three likes at an hour. There's been like what two retweets or one retweet. Holy shit! And there's like also. Oh man, like I gotta say, man, it's even the timing of when you upload a tweet that actually taught me that it actually matters. And
Oh
there's
yeah,
a
big
tool
time.
called there's a tool called well, let me look it up.
That's
Hold
why I
on a
put all
minute.
the tweets I don't want people to see up like
There's a
really late
yeah.
at night.
Hey guys, here's a tool that you wanna know if you want to schedule your tweets at specific time zones. You can use a site called Buffer. It's free. You don't have to pay for them. And
Buffer.
Buffer. It gives me the options to even submit to Instagram as well on a scheduled basis. But I use it for Twitter mainly, and with no limitations. Because here it's laid out to me, in front of it's right there in front of me. Hey, I can post a tweet today, let's say 9 a.m., and I can schedule that. Or I could like just put it and then just post it if I want to, but that wouldn't make a difference. I use it for scheduling. I'll assign a time zone. So, for example, if I wanted to focus on a targeted specific audience, as you guys know, I'm from Saudi Arabia. I do not focus on my audience. I don't focus on the people that I live with in Saudi Arabia. No, I focus on North America or maybe even the UK. I can like make a scheduled tweet at an appropriate time, and the site will assign and they're according to them are probably the best time zones for to post tweets.
Is it free?
It's free. Like I've said, there's a trial. I'm currently using it free. There's no limitation.
Is that it?
I wasn't-
Buffer.com?
It's well, technically it's publish.buffer.com, but it should be buffer.com in that case. There you go. So
I think that's it. I googled it. So
yeah, begin rage baiting. Now, listen. If there's anything that I cannot bait, is my reaction to things. But I've found out, and we can have it as a different subject, by the way, Sonny, how to do a little bit of emphasis on when you do reactions. That's how this comes down to presentation and body language. That's a huge topic.
um,
Um,
I
yeah.
wanted to just say what Zombie said. His personal ranking is Discord, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and everything else, and then Facebook, which I find hilarious because, yeah, I have a Facebook account, but it is not something I look at ever.
This makes sense actually. Yeah, that you put Discord first. That's actually not a bad way to do it. It's very interesting.
I don't
obviously I
care
wouldn't
how
say it's
good
wrong.
Facebook gaming is doing. I just don't care. Does anyone care how good Facebook gaming is doing? 1-1 in the chat if you care about how good Facebook gaming is doing right now.
So here's the thing, Sonny. I can get you with this one. Listen, I care because you know why? Because I'd like that there's gonna be like a fucking competitor. Sorry, I swear. I like the idea that having competitors in this market is nice.
I do no, I like it for that
No,
reason. But personally, every time I've tried to watch a Facebook gaming stream, it is a terrible experience. I don't even understand what is going on. I know people who left Twitch, went over to Facebook gaming with whatever, and I go to check their stream out of curiosity,
Yeah.
a year ago or so, and I'm just like, God, this UI, you can't find the chat. The chat is weird. It shows people's real names in the chat. Like, it's like
Oh
they
man,
don't get the internet.
very very personal.
The
Yeah.
internet is about
Anonymity.
to me, this is very personal to me, but my experience with the internet is getting to define my existence through. Everyone calls me Sunny. Like the majority of the people in my life call me Sunny. It is only like one person, my mother, who calls me Matt, and she doesn't even call me that. She has other nicknames for me. So, like, no one calls me by my real name in real life. I won't get into this, but I go by Sunny when I go get food somewhere, and they're like, "What's your name?" And I say Sunny, because half the time when I used to say Matt, they would put some other name. Like, Matt is not a good name. It's just a noise. It's just like a noise an animal makes. Matt, It's not. I don't like. I never really identified with my name,
Oh,
but I identify with Sunny.
Oh, man.
So this is where Facebook is falling apart. Like, I don't think I'm alone in this. There's a lot of people just. I call you Gin. I call Snazzy. Like, these people are not their name. Facebook gaming just does not feel like the internet to me. It's just.
I got you, man. On a side note, man, I don't mind if people call me my real name. It doesn't matter. Actually, kind of think it's.
I
nice.
just think it's not
Yeah.
what we do. We're like how people with radios back in the day would go by their handle. We all just go by our handles.
Yeah.
I know people's real names, but I call them by their screen name because that's.
Oh my god! I'm just imagining Facebook gaming when you say real people's name in chat, and it's like and you imagine like a streamer getting used to that environment, and then all of a sudden comes a guy with like Philbich as a full name. Oh man, I would crack up. I can't. It's not so like I'd rather have it as a full non-serious kind of names environment like in Twitch than having Fulbish.
My problem with Facebook gaming is multitude beyond the name thing too. The UI is terrible, just like YouTube gaming's UI is bad. You can't. It just doesn't feel good. Twitch is just like nailed the stream experience. It feels really good to be live on Twitch, to look at chat, to have the emotes, to have the chat interaction. It's low latency enough now that people can just kind of like enjoy the experience. Because back when I first started streaming, the latency on Twitch was pretty bad.
Man.
And then if you're slow, like, because you're playing a game or something, and then you look at chat and you realize you missed somebody's chat like 10 seconds ago, it has now like been almost a minute, and that person's not even there anymore, especially if they're new. Talk about stickiness. Like, one of the good things you can do to help people stick with your stream is talk to those people. Like, we're ignoring a lot of what chat is saying. But I am reading chat. I am seeing what you guys are saying.
I'm also reading chat, by the way. I'm laughing. It's good. It's good.
You guys are having an impact on the stream. I hope you feel that. A good streamer
Listen, I'd like to take a moment to thank everybody who's still here.
Hell yeah.
actually listening to this.
Yes.
This actually gives a lot of. I'm hopefully I got the word right. Serotonin. That actually makes me happy. So yeah.
So thank you guys for hanging out. Gin appreciates it.
Hell yeah.
I do too. And if you're in IQ and you're in the IQ Discord, this is an open conversation for you to join in voice. You can join the IQ Live channel. If you're interested in joining IQ, if you're a streamer, just go to infinitequality.live and apply.
Hold on. Sorry. How does Gin say my name? Okay. Flab
Gin?
Creations? No. Flab Creations. There you go. I said it. There you go.
Flav. You changed
Yeah,
your
Flav.
name at one point. I forget what your old name was, but I do know you changed it.
It's Flab or Flab? It's Flab. What do you mean?
My name is Flav.
My name is Flab. Oh, for the context, that's actually a meme in my stream to add my name and then add the
I know.
person's
Yeah.
name in the last.
Everybody should know.
Of course,
Everyone
I'd
should
have
know
to
that.
explain it.
You don't have
It's
to
very,
explain the
very
joke.
casual.
Everyone knows the joke here. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So, yeah, streaming. Gin is more experienced than a lot of the streamers in certain areas. With
Surprisingly.
well, I'll say this: you work, and I don't want to downplay how hard the other streamers that are my clients.
No. Yeah. Don't.
Work,
Yeah.
but you work really hard to the point where
Yeah.
our meetings are long because
Yeah.
you want to do so much stuff.
Dude, you have no idea. I still want to do so much stuff. When is gonna be our next meeting, by the way? You gotta tell me.
That's a good question because I'm doing this on Fridays now, and we usually meet on Fridays. I'll talk to you about it off stream.
I had a feeling that it's gonna be a thing, and it's gonna
I'll just meet with
evolve.
you, and then either if I'm up to it, I'll just go live here. But and
Right.
you can join me if you want. But
No, yeah, just call me.
I'm waking up earlier, so we could probably meet earlier in the day, actually.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's
Also,
that's
like-
client talk. Let's avoid that if we can on these.
Yeah, let's avoid that. My bad. But yeah, it's just to show your point that
Yeah, anybody who's in hold on again. Anybody who's in IQ and wants to join in on the Friday streams can just join in the IQ live channel in the IQ Discord if you want to be on voice and hang out and talk about stuff. This isn't a Gin and Sunny thing. Gin just figured out he's allowed to be here, and I'm telling
right.
you, you're
Yeah.
allowed to be here.
Yeah, I'm not rowdy at the moment, so I'm not gonna be.
Information is in IQ News if you're looking. In the IQ News, there's information about it. But the Gin and Sunny show, yeah. Well, that's gonna happen at some point, right?
Up to you.
No, this is it.
I know that you're joking, but it's
Yeah.
up to you. So yeah, I'm fine with it.
Anyway, what I was going to say is Gin's a good person to talk to and listen to because he works really hard. His OBS has more scenes than my Sunny Machine OBS, which has a lot of scenes. Okay, his OBS has more plugins than my OBS. Gin goes deep, even if he doesn't know what he's doing.
Listen, I'm not shy. I'm not afraid of going to something that I don't know. Like I was almost ready to learn 3D just for one specific scene, just to model donuts and swarm myself with donuts. I am that serious when it comes to doing shit in OBS. So, but it's really fun. Sorry, I swear it again, but it's really fun.
You gotta stop. No, it's fine.
I can't help it, man.
I know.
I'm really that passionate. I just can't help it. It's fun. And this whole thing. Okay, not gonna lie. This whole conversation makes me smile. It's 1:17 a.m. and I don't feel tired. That's how much I really appreciate this, because I'm really excited and it makes me forget that I need to sleep. So yeah.
Okay,
Sunny.
we got somebody else here now. So
Right.
is that Ober?
Overlinks.
Oberlinks,
You may speak now.
talk to us.
What? We supposed to speak? I was just here to listen again. I just wanted
Oh,
his
you
voice
just want to
that
hear
much
us
closer
twice?
to- Yeah. It's in echo mode and it's great.
Oh yeah, okay. Don't be that way.
Oh.
Because I'm gonna throw you guys up. your little icons in Discord up while I take a small break.
But
My-
man, it's the
my
first time
bladder
I've
needs-
seen you live, Sonny, in a long time. And I just want to say you
Did
look
you-
pretty.
Oh,
It
thanks.
is the first time I've seen him at all.
Thanks. I'm old too. I'm so old. I missed
Yeah.
streaming and I got really old.
You got old.
I did. I got super old.
I got old too.
Okay,
Sorry,
that looks
man.
right.
I can't stay long. I have to go take a shower. But I wanted to join voice chat for a second.
Dude, listen, welcome in, Overlinks. I'm glad that you joined in. How's it going, buddy?
Again, have I ever told you that I love your accent? Because I do.
Dude, okay, you know what? Sonny,
Okay,
you don't
you
mind?
guys talk for a minute. You hold the show.
Okay, all right,
I
fine.
gotta BRB.
I wanted to have your permission. There we go. Oh wow, now we're on the screen. That's fun.
Yeah, we are.
All right. Anyway, listen, my accent. Before people thought that I sound Russian and British and a mix
You're
of
not.
Egyptian. I am definitely not, but people.
You're
will tell
definitely
me that,
Egyptian.
yeah.
You have some Egyptian in there.
Surprisingly, I do have a little bit of Egyptian English accent. Yeah.
It's a spritz of Egyptian. It's fine though.
Yeah, maybe okay. Not just any Egyptian like the Disney Egyptian.
No, the best
yeah,
of the
that's-
best Egyptians. You're totally from Raw, bud. You're coming
Yeah,
straight from Raw.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh man. Also, yeah, that 20. I agree with Zombie there. That 20p, 40p gain face. So what you guys looking at are just like our true forms. We're not really humans. We're our digital signatures. Talking in Discord. Yes. Also, hi Elijah. Hello there. Gin the Sheikh Ginster. Oberlix, do you know what a sheikh is?
A what?
A sheikh, like a
A sheik?
sheikh. Yeah.
A sheik.
Yeah.
A sheik. Isn't that a priest of some sort or a
It's,
shaman?
It's not a priest, but more like it's a person who's knowledgeable about like the teaching of the religion of Islam. But it's
Oh.
also usually called it's also a sign of respect. When I call somebody a sheikh
Yeah.
or a sheikh,
Uh-huh.
that means that I held him in high regards because of
Oh.
his age and his wisdom. So it has double meaning to it.
That's cool. Like,
Yeah. So when people
I'm
call me
culturally
Sheikh
stupid.
Ginster,
You
feel
have to
happy.
understand. I'm,
No,
I'm
no, listen.
multiculturally friendly, but I'm culturally stupid.
No. Listen, it's not that you're culturally stupid. It's because it's the fact that you just don't have enough information. I don't.
I
think
don't.
It's yeah. It's
Unfortunately,
fine.
I only learned freedom, so like, that's all I know. I try to Google everything else. But
Oh my god.
All right, I'm back.
Oh,
Thanks for talking about streaming the whole time I was gone, right? You guys. didn't-
yeah. Thank you. Arigato.
Absolutely, yeah. I
Absolutely.
got
So,
involved.
yeah.
You know, this
I should,
conversation was going straight south when I joined.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
welcome in Sky.
Let me add
Uh,
this. This was a good idea.
Christ, it's a sound
Oh,
of
I
bald
fucking
eagle.
love you. I fucking love you, zombie. I fucking love you so much. You're so funny. All right. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome in, Elijah. Just in case I didn't say hi. This is actually not a bad idea, Sonny. You just need to add a drop shadow, and you're all good to go. It's not a bad scene.
Yeah, we need some drop shadow. Also, can you feather that, please?
Yeah.
I like
yeah,
feathering.
and 7 level that feather, and
I literally
Remember,
pay Sonny-
let's take your own
I pay
advice.
Sonny to
Again.
fix my camera twice a month.
Yeah,
Let's take your own advice. We don't have to do everything all at once. Just gotta
Yeah, you're
go.
right.
You just gotta slap it in there and keep going. Improve it
Yeah,
next
that-
time.
that's the way of the ready Saudi. That's right. Yeah.
Nice
Oh,
feather.
man.
You gotta put that feathered edge on there. I could. It would only take me a couple seconds, but it's all good.
It's whatever, and we're good. It's fine.
Yeah. Well,
Just,
this
chill
is
and
better
relax.
because now people can see your name and then
Let's-
see that you're
Let's
talking.
chill and relax and see how Sunny has Mario is missing in the background. Why do you have that? Why out of
Yeah, I
all
just
the
What?
games,
noticed
why
I
does it
got
have
blocked on like 16
why does it have to
channels.
be Mario's missing?
You want to talk
Sunny?
about this?
Let's talk about this. Yeah, let's talk about Mario's missing.
Can anybody
Let's
guess
talk about-
what this is? What's going on right here with this?
The screen
Definitely.
is black. It's rebooting.
Mhm.
No.
What is this?
It's so obvious. Does anybody?
Is that
can
a
anybody
machine?
figure
He
out?
wants to advertise as Mister. Let's just give it to him.
Yeah, there we go.
Hold on
Yeah.
a minute. What
Yeah.
am I looking at? What are you looking at?
It's
He almost had
it's
me
not a
sold on this
video.
shit the other day.
It's not a video. It's actually not a video. These are the
A
actual
ROM
games.
hack?
These are the It's not a ROM hack. These are the actual games running.
Okay. Are they all
And it's
running?
Make
not.
sure you
It's
tell them
not
also-
on an. It's not on a software emulation. It's on.
It's not a
yeah,
demo
it's
mode.
hardware emulation. Make sure we pronounce
it's-
that.
it's-
hardware emulation.
Okay, so if anybody doesn't know, if you're looking to stream retro games and you want the highest EPing and you can't afford to buy the
Raspberry Pi. Yeah.
the cost of this, right? So if you bought an original Super Nintendo, modded it with Voltar's RGB, and you bought the HD Retrovision cables, and then you bought a RetroTink, this is already cheaper, what we're looking at here, than just the Super Nintendo. And this will do like all the classic consoles. And somebody's actually working on the PlayStation 1, which is really, really cool. This is a Mister. It's called the Mister FPGA, if you guys want to Google it. And
Does it have everything?
it has everything. You know, I don't want to go into it too much, but it has all the non-3D platforms, including arcade cores, which it'll do like all the Street Fighter stuff and Alien vs Predator, Dungeons and Dragons, like all the good arcade games. People are actively developing on it. It's open community. People develop things all the time. Somebody's developing a PlayStation core. So what this is the Mister. There's scripts that let you install things on it. So right now I'm running the Super Nintendo attract mode script, which is a script I downloaded to just like cycle through Super Nintendo. So just like every 30 seconds or a couple minutes, it'll whenever cycle to a new Super Nintendo game that's in my list.
Ah.
And I can choose.
Now I see.
I can switch to NES or Genesis, but a lot of the Genesis games were weird, and it's got Game Boy Advance. It's got like all the stuff. So if you're looking to capture like retro games, this is a great way to do it for sure. It's cheaper than buying all the retro consoles. I know because I did that.
Okay. All right.
I spent way too much money on
He's admitting
all the I had.
Oh,
well, I already
man.
had a lot of the consoles, so it took me a long time. I didn't do it like overnight, but man, when I bought the HD Retrovision cables for my consoles, it was so expensive. It was more than buying like a Sega Saturn or something. Just the cables.
My God.
Just the RGB cables.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Yeah, and then I
Yeah,
have
now
a
the
retro
market's
tink.
really jacked, right? Because some forecasting people got involved with the retro scene, and now everything's inflated prices because every's turning. Video
Oh,
games
you're
into
talking about
investment.
sealed games and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a whole other issue. These, yeah. Well,
Oh,
the
man.
thing is too, like the cables that I'm talking about, they're $70 each, right, per console.
Yeah.
So if you want to do Genesis, PlayStation, Super Nintendo, it adds up real fast, and then you need an upscaler. And like the RetroTink 5X is $300. That's just the upscaler.
All right.
You could do.
So it's expensive to play old video games again. That's what he's trying to tell
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, that's. I'm
But
like, okay.
it's
here's the
worth
thing.
it.
I'm
My
like-
PlayStation 1 looks amazing. It looks so
What about-
amazing. It's crazy.
Let me just
What
get my
about-
PlayStation 1 out of my closet real quick. I'm gonna just...
Yeah. Also,
go
what
ahead
about the? Okay, what's the real difference between like buying a genuine game and a genuine console than in this exactly? Just the fact
Oh,
that
and the
you can
Mister?
play everything on one unit.
The Mister?
Yeah, the Mister. Yeah,
Mister-
comparing it to like say
so-
PS1 or something.
The point of the Mister is to do emulation at a hardware level. It's got it's got the processor in it was originally made for students to be able to practice programming, and what you can do is program the chip, the processor in it to act like other processors, down to
Okay.
the exact way that the processor was designed. So it's not emulating a Super Nintendo. The chip is literally acting like the chip in the Super Nintendo. Same thing like the analog. Yeah, the
Oh.
analog's a company that makes FPGA, but they're very expensive. If you buy just the Super Nintendo analog console, it'll only play Super Nintendo games. Whereas this,
So everything is compatible in a hardware level, is what you're saying.
the reason I got this, because I didn't need this, I already had all the consoles, right? The reason I got this is there's a couple of consoles I don't own, and I didn't want to buy them and do the mod because it was starting to become very expensive.
Yeah, you're
I
looking at
see.
thousands of dollars just to play a really out of date console.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to welcome OG Junkyard.
The nice
Hello
thing
there.
is it has a scaler built in. It's got HDMI out already. So it'll do all the HDMI. There's audio. If I just turn my monitor's audio on, we should be able to hear it. So
This guy not even using a PVR though. Where's your PVR at? Huh?
Yeah, where's your
Yeah, where's your
screen?
Sony Triton PVR?
turn it on. Yeah, I don't need it. I have the RetroTink 5X.
Well, hold on. Why would people have these old monitors anyway? Aren't they?
Because
aren't they, like, hurting their eyes and
CRTs,
shit?
it has to do with the way CRTs
Latency.
work. Latency and the look, because there's a lot. There's a lot of the way the games were originally programmed were to be on CRTs, so that transparencies and things like a good example is Sonic, the original Sonic games. There's like waterfalls. They don't look right
Yeah.
when you play them on emulators or on LCD screen because the dithering is all screwed up.
Oh, okay.
So the CRTs brings that back, but the RetroTink 5X added like crazy scanline features that actually make those things kind of work again, which is really nice. People are like excited about that. Big shout out to Mike Chi for the RetroTink 5X for sure. But yeah, so this is much cheaper than buying like all the consoles and modding them and stuff.
Maggie, welcome. We're just talking nerd stuff. Very nice. I mean,
So,
I'm not wrong.
but I figured it was so boring back here, and I was like, I need something back here, and I was like, I wonder if there's an attract mode for Mister, and there was, so I just throw that up. It's more fun that way. I have more monitors in my room than most people have in their house.
This is, by the way, it's not a bad as a thing as a background. This is actually the one working pretty well and keeps
I had to give
moving.
up a lot of my cameras. I'm not gonna say why though.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna say a sentence, but I'm not gonna explain about it much. There we go. That's me. My name Overlegs.
Thanks, guys. Good job. You guys are great at this. So we've had OG
What?
Junkyard, and we haven't really acknowledged that he joined. So how's it going?
No, I acknowleded him, but hey,
Well,
OG,
I
what's
didn't.
up?
So yeah.
I didn't want to
Damn
interrupt.
it.
Everybody's. I'm trying to take my
You're
turn.
doing it now,
Welcome to-
though. Let him respond.
I know.
Hello, OG.
See, I'm too. OG,
Hey,
I
how's
love
it going,
you.
guys. Love you too, Ober.
You guys all
So-
sound good. What kind of microphones are we all using?
SM7Bs. The same one.
I know the answer to the question. I want the audience to know.
God damn.
My answer.
What's your answer?
Mine is the meme mic that all major people, including Joe Rogan and no, not Ben Shapiro. He doesn't use it, but mine's the what is it? SM7B.
You and Gin are using the exact same microphone. Yeah.
We are.
So I'm the odd man out. I am not. I'm using a Heil PR40.
I'm not using an SM7B either. Oh man.
Oh, man.
Star Fox.
I was gonna say I forgot to tell you, Sonny, but I found out that my microphone is actually dented, like it had a dent in it, and I don't know.
What,
how
in the
much it
cage?
affected it. In the cage, yeah.
Ah, that's fine.
And,
That's fine.
Yeah, I think it should be fine. Also, hi, Perm. Hello.
Q2U
Yeah.
is a fantastic microphone. I have one sitting right here. I have a ton of microphones. So someday when we're not so busy in
Oh,
here,
man.
I will do a microphone thing and we will compare microphones. I've got a shotgun mic up here. I've got here's an SM57. I got 58s. I got pencil condensers. Q2U. This is the BCD1. This is my favorite non-SM7B microphone. It sounds fantastic.
Man.
What we need from Sonny is for him to have a podium and to look like the president.
Yeah, you want me to be like the president? Why?
Just so that we can see all of your microphones.
Oh my god! Yes.
Oh,
please.
you need to set 'em up.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
an
yeah.
idea.
Well, set 'em
yeah.
up on a
Actually,
podium.
Do you guys know what microphone the president uses?
What is?
I have no idea.
It's this. It's the SM57.
Oh, okay.
They've used this
have that mic.
since it basically came out. And if you buy one of these,
Oh, yeah.
this is
So if I
the
buy one of those, I can
thing?
sound like Joe Biden.
this turns it into an SM58. So you can throw that on there, and then you can sound exactly like Joe Biden. Yeah.
Wait, these are the ones that don't have the little ball, right, at the top?
Right, but if you take that mic,
And you
which
put
is
the ball
on a
on
mic
top.
stand over there, I'm not going to go get it. But if you take it and you screw the ball off, it becomes a 57, basically. The SM7B, the SM58, and the SM57 all have the exact same Unidyne capsule. The mic itself is the exact same. The only difference between the SM57 and the SM58 is a small amount of vibration reduction in around the capsule, and the difference between the 58 and the SM7B is that it's got a grounding house, and they took out. There's a I don't remember what it is, but there's electronics in it. It's like a transistor or something.
Yeah.
That boosts
Oh,
the
okay, yeah.
signal on the SM57 and the 58. If you can actually take that out of the 57 and the 58, and it'll be exactly like the SM7B. The only difference is that's why the SM7B is so quiet, because it doesn't have the boost built into the signal, which is why people buy a cloud lifter. And you can and the last difference is that the cage on the SM7B helps with the grounding on it, so it's less noisy. Because if I plugged in this microphone and put it next to my drawing screen, which is right here, it would buzz like crazy. And this mic has similar grounding and housing, but if I put the mic right up on it, you can hear the monitor buzzing. So that's why I'm using this mic. I was using SM58, but this drawing screen is like on that, even from far away. So
I mean, you can fix all of these problems with the chaotic eyeball.
can you? I don't even know what that is. Tell us what that is.
No, I'm
is that?
I'm,
What
I'm
is that?
memeing here.
Oh,
So the
okay.
ca-
So that's why I don't
The,
know.
the chaotic eyeball is like this massive pop filter. It's like the size of a softball. I'll get it in.
Oh, I have seen this thing. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Hold on, I'm looking up.
Okay, never mind. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, yeah. And I've seen
I
this.
buy
I've
it?
always like wanted to try one of these out just to see, but they're crazy expensive.
This foam is the best thing you could buy for your microphone, and I don't care if you have an SM57 or 58 or whatever. This foam, this is the SM7B.
Yeah,
foam.
I agree with you, Sonny.
The
I'm using
SM7B
them right now, and I
foam
noticed the difference. Yeah.
is insane. It's so good at stopping pops. This microphone has so many pops. I was listening to Feckless's podcast. I'm like, you have to get the. He has the same mic. I was like, you have to get this foam, because he was using a pop screen. I'm like, you don't need a pop screen with this foam. It's so thick that it removes all of the plosives. If I didn't have this foam on when I said plosives, that would have been like really bad. So,
Plosives.
yeah, if you have the SM7B, use the thick foam.
the-
Use don't use the thin foam. That they
I
give
don't
you
know
both
which one I
foams.
used.
Use the thick one. You can buy it for like $12. But
I think
put
it came
this put this foam on your SM57 or your Shure Beta, whatever
You're
mic
asking me
you
to
have.
pay $12? I've already paid for my mic.
Yeah. What this is the
No,
this is the streamer. This is the streamer in you, the real authentic streamer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
bought more than just one microphone, by the way. I even have a microphone that's.
If people aren't
Like,
willing to
way
spend
more
like
higher
$12
value than
on their audio, you're doing the wrong things. You're not going to make it very far in this business. You're going to have a
Yeah.
hard time.
And you gotta
being
spend
so good
money.
right
What
to
hobby?
generally
What
get money.
what hobby? Just at a hobby level is free. Even drawing, you have to go buy paper and pens or pencils
I'm not
or
allowed
whatever.
to discuss my hobby on stream.
People who are not, I tell people all the time, like, you need to buy this mic, and like, I don't have any money. I'm like, forever? Just buy it eventually. Like, save $10 a month, and in 7 months you can buy the microphone.
Right?
We're not.
Okay. So So
Yeah. So what's the mic you guys like? The QU and
Yoga
the,
is not
QQ.
free. You still have
Yoga's.
You have to pay for the
Excuse me?
classes.
I can do yoga myself. I
no,
don't have to pay shit.
no. You have to learn how to do yoga. Where are you going to learn how to do yoga?
Yeah, it's true.
Internets?
You have to pay for the
Yep.
internet, which
Internet
means you'll need a
operating.
device.
Oh shit. Oh crap.
You need a smartphone or a computer or a laptop.
Got me
It's
there.
not free. No,
Well-
nothing is free.
Assuming that I don't live with a family, then yeah.
Just go to the library. Oh, I just got owned. That's true. Just go to the library. But now you need a bus ticket or gas for your car.
Come on. What if the library is
You can
close
walk.
by? Come on.
You can walk. Now you need shoes. You know?
I've seen people without shoes on the streets.
Now you
Let's
need
talk about
water
this.
and food, man.
Water and food. It costs money.
You need
to
clothes.
live.
Who needs shoes?
You need air.
Shoes,
You need
clothes.
air. Air is free.
You need to be properly dressed.
Water is
like-
also free at the library. I'm getting okay. All right, so let's go live at the library. That's all. We can all
All
just
right.
go live at the library.
Live at the library outside.
But the irony of this is that we're memeing, but like a lot of people, a lot of streamers will spend like $50 on a free-to-play game on skins and stuff, and then they'll say they don't have $50 to upgrade their mic.
yeah. Why attack
is
me
true.
like that though? Don't attack.
And then they're like, "Why does nobody watch my stream?" And I'm like, "Cause nobody can stand to listen to your stream." The majority of viewers. Let's get back a little bit back on topic with the streaming thing.
Yeah.
The majority of viewers are listening to you. They are not watching your stream. They'll watch here and there. They'll look at your stream, but the majority of people are multitasking or they're listening to your stream. They're not watching. And so this is why the most important thing, and this is true for everything, audio is the most important part of your production. I learned this, I have a degree in this. My teachers really hit this home because they were like, you can have the worst video footage, but if your audio is great, people will love it. And if you have the best video footage, 4K crazy, but your audio sucks, nobody's gonna like it.
So let's talk about this from like a stickiness, slipperiness factor, because
Yeah.
I've looked at this. I've gone to many streams just looking at like stickiness and slipperiness, because y'all were talking about that earlier. And one of the things that drives me crazy is if I go into browse and I see somebody streaming from a console, I automatically do not want to go into that stream. No matter what they're doing, no matter how many viewers they've got, I automatically do not want to go into that stream. And the video, I can give it a pass, but it's 99% of time somebody playing, or if they have audio like commentary on top of their stream, it's because they're using a gaming headset.
But this isn't to say that if all you have is a PlayStation that you shouldn't stream.
Right, 100%. I do agree. Like, but the
if
point
you're
I would
going to
make-
stream within a certain reasonable amount of time, you should have upgraded.
right,
I'd like
You
to
can
point
use
out-
a Q2U on the PlayStation 4. Just FYI.
so I have not tried that, but that is a good point. And
It's
one
USB
thing
and it'll plug in and it'll work. It will work.
that's great. That already is an improvement.
It's about the cost of a controller.
True, very true. Especially with like Joy-Cons and stuff these days.
yeah. Cheaper than a controller.
But no, like coming back to it, I'm going to set aside the console, streaming from the console. The things that you hear in the background that I probably actually have going on, is that actually repels people in kind of like a magnetism term, is if you have fans behind you, if you have
I'm swimming in fans
echo.
right now. Yeah.
You
If
have
you
an AC
have-
that's loud on the left.
And the
yeah.
console fan on the PS4 once it's got a couple of years on it.
oh,
Sounds
they
like
get
a
so
jet
loud. Yeah.
Unless you take it apart.
Yeah, that's true.
And just there's this whole aspect around to the point Sonny was making earlier, and I believe Gin was making this as well. It's like if you go back and you watch your streams, you pick up on a lot of these things.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna find a note that I've got specifically around how do I say it? Stickiness and stuff like this. So if somebody else wants to jump in here and talk for a bit while I find this thing, I'll have like explicit examples of what I found like super and sticky.
I just had one point to make, and then I'll probably have to bounce anyway.
Okay.
I used to be a console direct streamer, and I actually
That's where you started?
That's where I started, and I streamed to more viewers off console direct than I ever did from a PC.
I noticed that.
Ever.
There's something weird. If you're doing the right game in the right category,
yeah,
it can be
streamed
crazy.
Literally hundreds of viewers from my PS4 direct with a PS4 camera.
Was it regularly like that?
Yeah, I didn't have the money
I think what
put
happens.
anything on there.
I think early on, I don't know if this is still true, but especially with the PS5 out now, but people would turn on their PlayStation and anybody streaming from the console would be like right on the
Yes, it was on. It
dashboard.
would do that.
So
yeah, it would feed it. It would feed like so. If it was a
if you were the
console
top
stream, it would
console streamer in that game, you were being like
you were on the feed. So
Yeah.
that helped. Yeah,
yeah.
and that boosts.
Is it still like that?
I think it still has that. Yes.
But how many people actually turn on their PS4 these days?
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know, and I think that's one of the things that started how I started losing viewers in my my particular game set was I stopped console directing because it wasn't getting that boost from PlayStation Network.
Yeah, I think at some point it kind of died off.
Yeah.
They stopped doing that, and there's less people turning. I have a PS4. I think I turn it on like once a year at this point, like just to make sure it still works.
Yeah. They updated the PS3 3 months ago, by the way. You need to turn that on.
Evening 8.
They pushed an update for it. I don't know what it was for, but they didn't even say, but there's an update for it.
Most
So
of
if you
my
have a
consoles are modded in some way, so when they push, not my PS4, and my PS3 is not as well, but I have a lot of like, especially my handhelds, they'll push out an update, and I'm like, I have to Google whether or not it's gonna brick my console because I've like
Brick
soft
it or not.
modded it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. I don't like to knock people that are like directly streaming off their console because, like I said, I've never hit the viewership I've ever had on my PS4 Direct.
But
Never.
that viewership, was it worth anything?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
I mean, I was before Twitch affiliate.
It feels good.
Was
It's
before-
like an adrenaline rush, or a spike in your emotions.
I mean, who's to say those people, if I had another outlet to support me, maybe they would have, but I doubt it. But I just like, to me, it's kind of like, I feel it like PS4 because I didn't have the money for anything, so I just played. I originally started streaming because I wanted to record my gameplay, and that was the easiest way to do it. Like,
streaming. Oh, I see. That makes sense.
So to kind of go back to the point, like I think, like to me, console streaming screams low quality, but if you were just getting started, there's absolutely a use case to figure out if you even like streaming in the first place.
That's true. Okay, so two things. Number one, streaming on a console is unattractive to the regular viewer, and it's not gonna be sticky. That was kind of the point of why I asked. Like, so you get 100 viewers streaming off of a console, but if those people aren't going to stick with you when you upgrade to a computer, what are you doing right now? What do you see my point?
yeah.
This is
No,
another.
I
This is
understand.
another thing that we need to kind of like hit here. Is a viewer is good, but you really need to get them to stick. I think that's what we've been trying to say this whole time, right? Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
it can't just be I have 100 viewers. You want to turn your stream on next time, and whatever you do, you want to have that 100 viewers again, right?
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's why
This is what stickiness is about. And a lot of I'm going to go back to the first thing I said because there's probably newer people here, and we can circle back to this a little bit. But
Yeah.
if you you can get really bad advice, right? On stickiness. This is what I was saying from in the beginning, is people in your current community, your current viewership, you have 20 viewers or you have 10 viewers, and they all love to watch you play this, but no one else wants to watch you play that game. Are you...
Ooh.
I have the perfect example for this.
Okay.
Because I know exactly where you're going with this.
Please.
So there was a guy who used to stream. His
Don't name drop. Just use the generalize.
yeah.
Just generalize.
So he was pushing for partner. His numbers were I think at the time he was like averaging like mid 40s, and he decided to go for a partner push. And so he was looking for games that would explicitly get him more viewership. And he'd been streaming for a couple of years at this point. And so he decided to stream, I want to say it was Shell Shockers.
Oh.
And so Shell Shockers
I don't even know this game.
is a web-based like FPS game where you're all eggs and you like shoot at each other.
Okay.
And the deal is a lot of kids would watch it. And the reason why is because they could play it at school.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So they would come in, and he was doing it like as like a big social thing, but they would come in, they would like basically say nothing in Twitch chat, and the only thing they would do is exclamation code.
Okay.
And so he changed the command to code PLZ. Or then they would come in and say code please. And so his viewership got up to like 90 or 100 viewers, like legit. Like anytime he was streaming Shell Shockers, he was getting like around like 100. And we told him, it will take you 3 months to get Twitch partner if you do this. It will work, but it's going to annoy your mods like crazy, because they were having to like...
How long will it work?
ban people.
Let's get specific here. How long will that work?
He tried it probably over 3 or 4 months. Every once in a while, he would just do a Shell Shocker stream.
Okay, so 6 years is not a there's no 6-year plan for this game.
Right, yeah, 100%. There is not. But like the point I want to make is, if your content isn't something that's going to actually sustain your channel, sustain your community, is something that they actually want to watch, and it's a healthy community, it's not something that is worthwhile to do. And so the way I kind of think about it is, if you look at the terrain, the technical term that I'm going to go for is local minima and maxima and universal minima and maxima. But a simpler way of saying this is, if you look at a terrain map of the United States, that Shell Shockers might have been a peak in, let's say, Nevada, versus the tallest peak in the entire United States, Mount Rainier, which is like a healthy, strong content strategy that people want to watch, that people want to engage with. Think of something like, Dr. K. That's something that's content that resonates with a lot of people.
So
with thousands and thousands of people.
Okay.
I just want to kind of like double up again on what I was saying, because I think it relates to what you're saying, but it's not as specific as I was getting. Well, it's like a relative to what I was saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, don't listen to your 10 friends on what to do. More specifically, does that make sense?
Yeah.
A lot of people they'll think, I'm doing so well, I have these 10 viewers, and they all love when I do this joke on stream, and it's and then so you think that's the thing that makes your stream sticky, because 10 people like it. And what you're not realizing is that only those 10 people will ever like that joke or the thing you're doing on stream. And new people, it's a slippery thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you're alienating all the new people with your inside joke that's so important to your community. And if you stop doing it, they're going to stop watching. But maybe you should lose those 10 people so you can get the other 1,000 that stop by. And I see this happen a lot. I'll look at a stream, I'll go look at their stats, and I'm like, wow, this person had like 300 views while they were live, but they had like 7 viewers. So something they were doing was making, 293 people leave.
Oh yeah.
Or like another way of thinking about that is they were the people who were coming in and checking out their viewership. Those 7 people were probably not the same from the start to the end.
Even if
And
they
so-
were.
Even if they were.
Yeah.
If somebody comes in, they are hemorrhaging that viewer or those viewers faster than they are getting new viewers.
Right.
So if it takes you 15 minutes to get somebody new into your stream and they only stick around 10 minutes,
Yeah.
your stream's not growing.
It's
But
not
if-
sticky. You're not.
Right,
You're not
but-
sticky.
If it goes the other way, then your stream is growing. You know what I mean?
So, and then here's the other thing: is a lot of this kind of goes with what Sky brought up. If you want to do, Sky does D&D streams. So there's a lot of in the business world. Sometimes you can't do things that you want to do, and in the stream world, it's the same. Sometimes what you want to do will never be a thing that works. And I'm not saying that it's not possible to make a D&D stream big, but there's only really a couple that are massive and work really well. And I've seen a lot of people doing like smaller D&D streams. So you have to sometimes settle, I guess, and say, I'm going to do this because it's what I want to do. And I don't care how many viewers show up. Kind of like this stream. This stream is not about how many people show up. It's about these conversations. It's about this is the goal. Even if no one was watching and the 3 of us or 4 of us were hanging out talking, the goal is met. I'm doing what I wanted to do with this stream because it's not about, followers and subs and all and hosts. I literally have raids turned off for this channel. I don't want you guys hosting and raiding this channel. This is not a channel we're trying to grow and make into a stream. The point of this is to turn it into these discussions, and so sometimes you have to move the goalpost or change your goal to what you. And if your goal is to have a good time playing D&D, just do that. Have a good time playing D&D and forget it. Turn the viewer count off. Just don't worry about it. Do something else to grow your stream, and always expect that the D&D streams will you just don't care about them. It's okay to have a stream you don't give a shit about how many people are watching. That's actually okay. And I think it's actually probably healthy, even if it's done on a separate channel or something. It's okay for you to make stuff that nobody watches. And I think more streamers need to hear that. And you can segregate stuff out and be like, okay, this channel doesn't matter. I'm just going to stream this stuff there. And I'm going to do that because I enjoy it. And then this channel, I'm going to do other stuff. You can have multiple Twitch channels. And I think a lot of streamers don't approach it that way. Or you can have a day of the week that you don't care about who's there or what your viewership's like. You're just playing D&D or you're doing whatever. And it's important to look at it like that, I guess. What do you guys think?
Oh,
Yeah.
You're right. You're right about
I agree.
maybe everything, Sonny. Yeah. It's just that, like, if you don't take it seriously, if you want to play what you like to play, you can just keep doing that and, turn off the view count. For me, I actually, sometimes I turn it on and off. I try to make it on, though, because I really want to understand, like, how I'm doing, even when I'm live.
I think...
And it's an opportunity for me to like, if a certain amount of X viewers are up there, I can, like, show a video that I haven't shown anybody.
the most important marker is chat.
Yeah.
How active chat is being anyway. Your viewer count your viewer count could be 300, and if nobody said anything in 20 minutes, you're still gonna feel terrible. if you're
Sonny,
tying it. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sure you have seen this, and maybe other streamers, or whoever's watching, or other people in the chat have experienced this. Have you ever been in a channel with 150 people and there's like 3 people chatting?
Oh yeah. Oh, I see it all
Yeah.
the time, and I'm like,
Yes.
this person is view botting. Like instantly,
Well,
that's
no.
my first thought. And
Like,
a lot of
if-
times they are.
I mean, completely fair, but I have been in channels where it's not obvious that they are view botting, and then you have
Yeah, that's true too.
and you just have this dead chat, and then you realize like people are there because they're watching like high level gameplay, but they're not involved in it.
Right. That's true too. If it's a pro, then I know they're not view botting. But if it's
Yeah, I mean, I was
somebody
gonna
with
say-
no social media presence at all, like their
Mhm.
Twitter has like 10 followers or something, and you go to their stream and it's like no one's talking, and you look at the chatter list and it's just a bunch of names that people don't even have profile pictures and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a kind of the community that you grow because like one of my favorite streamers has thousands of viewers and his chat moves relatively slow. Like and
That's
it's
also
not
true.
because he's
It
high
could-
end game, it's because of the conversations and everybody's like taking the time and not just spamming emotes all day long.
This is a complicated subject because there
Yeah.
are circumstances where it's not a view bot, where it's an embed on a website, and you have a ton of viewers coming from the
Oh, yeah.
website, and they're not in chat. That does happen
they-
too.
Yeah.
Certain games are embedded on like wikis and stuff like that. So it's all over the place. I want to hit up what Sky brought up, asking if Sky should make a new channel. For your circumstance, it's kind of up to you. You have to figure out what your goals are. If you set
Yeah, that's.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to start a new channel if your goals are to segregate your content in that way and have the channel that you don't. It's just for D&D and good times and hanging out. Second channel, and then you have your main content that you're actually trying to grow. It might actually be helpful to do that, to have the 2 channels so that you can steer one in the direction that you want and make smart decisions with that channel and then not care about the other one. So I would say, it's kind of up to you. The other side of that is that you don't have to make a new channel. What you can do is use the stream that you know is going to be the most difficult thing to make work, like a D&D stream, as a marker for how well the overall channel is doing, because it can be very difficult. This is true for everybody. I actually have some clients that I gave this advice to, right? I'm like, have one day a week where you don't care about viewership and you do it's your variety day. Have some consistency with what it is, what the content is. Like if you always do a D&D stream, that creates a nice level of consistency. And then what you can do is have your other content be focused and directed. All the other streams could be like in XCOM 2 or in whatever game that you're trying to grow in. But then you have that one stream that you try to drag people out of from your core content and drop them into this thing that
Oh yeah.
is going to be harder to grow, like playing every single Final Fantasy game or every single whatever.
Yakuza game. Yeah.
Pick. You have a day that's like supposed to train your audience that you're not just XCOM, you're also this.
More. Yeah.
And this is good advice for everybody. I think everybody should have. If you want to have focused growth, it's easier to stick to a certain thing and drive that one thing. Like if you're only going to stream XCOM and then have the variety day, and you always know that variety day is going to be like half the viewership. And that's true if you have thousands of viewers. Like I watch these giant streamers suddenly switch to some game that they've never played and their viewership goes from 5,000 to 2,500. And I will tell you, it feels just as bad for that streamer if they're going to have that emotional reaction to it The only way you don't is if you just don't care. You have to just be like, whatever, it's going to drop. I don't care. But even if you're at 5,000 viewers and you drop to 2,500, it feels just as bad to go from 10 viewers to 5. So this is something you have to figure out no matter how successful you are on Twitch. There's not a moment. You're always going to have that emotional, garbage feeling if you tie yourself to that drop.
You're gonna have all that feeling at some point too.
Even the most successful streamers deal with this. So, was there anything else with stickiness that you guys wanted to talk about?
Honestly, no. Not me.
Well,
I always
think
have
I
a
would-
ton of points around this.
Well, hit us up.
As the slipperiest stream in this chat, I'm gonna say no.
Wait? Let's talk to Ober real quick. You have to have some insight here for us. Why? Why are you so slippery? What do you think your problem is?
Oh, I don't know. I'm
Do you think if you figured it out, it would help you?
probably.
Okay.
I think my biggest plight with myself is, one, finding a game that I actually enjoy to stream, and two, that it actually grows my stream.
Let's say goodnight to Gingin. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Again, I love you.
Good night. Good
I'm
night.
glad freedom wasn't dropped on your house.
Have a good
Me
one.
too. What the?
Have a good night, friend.
Good night.
Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up soon because this is about my dinner time. But I wanna kind of close this conversation out with final thoughts. So.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I used to be able to, like, years ago, I used to be able to do the research and use, like, Twitch Picker and all those cool tools and stuff. But now that I actually work at my job, like, I can't do all that stuff because I was doing that stuff during the day and then researching it and then implementing it at night. I don't have that time period.
Let's give
anymore.
people some history on the reality of your situation too, because you
Yeah.
you also were core streaming a single game that kind of isn't really streamable anymore, right?
Yeah, it's not viable.
So
The community is very supportive regardless. It's like a Souls community. So what they'll do is they will watch that stream. But you veer off the
nothing
path.
else, right?
Nothing. So it's just like your Souls, all your Dark Souls, all those Souls. They will watch that shit.
This is a tough
But-
situation to be in.
It's
People call
it's
it game lock,
brutal.
but it's not just game lock. It's
It's everything.
a trap for
I mean-
sure.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is like it was a really amazing job to be on, like, the #1 stream and put on the game's site and everything, but then the devs just walked away from the game, which then puts me in an awkward position
That's
where I carry the community
there's
for
like
2 to
nothing
3
you can do
years,
about that. But
and then I'm like holding the bag, like, what the hell just happened here?
this is a problem. This is a huge problem. This could happen with any game.
Yeah,
People will
I
be
mean,
like,
I'm-
it's just stream one game. Just stream that one game. But then you run into this kind of issue where the developer just kind of like abandons it.
yeah.
And what happens
Yeah,
then?
Right, and I carried the torch for a very long time. But the thing is I started doing cost analysis and benefit. Like, I'm spending more time trying to have fun, trying to make this interesting for the community, and the developers, the literal people that make money off this game, are not even throwing me a bone. What am I, like? Why? Like, yeah, I make maybe a 0.1% of some money or whatever. I wasn't bringing in that much money. And it's not worth the time. Like, I'm spending 8 hours to have 2 hours of fun on stream. Like, and then and so
Hey,
like,
I want to
yeah,
say this. I think this is important context for most people. Bye, everybody, if you're leaving. But so I don't think most people respect or have a healthy relationship with how difficult being a streamer is.
absolutely. And the thing is, I tell people this all the time when they say, "Oh, I'm just going to stream." I went to Iraq for 15 months and was mortared every day for 15 months straight. And it is more depressing to stream than to do
Oh
that
my
shit.
god!
No, I'm
Okay.
serious. Like, this is from my concept. Like,
Right.
It's the mental battles. You are the worst enemy in it. Like,
Right.
I go from 150 viewers, and then I go play a game, Monster Hunter, to 3.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
like
that's rough.
And I go back to that game. I get 250 viewers, and then I play a Dark Souls game to 5 or whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
dude, the mental frustration. Like I said, I would rather spend time in the desert and get mortared
So
than have to make decisions like this. Like it's rough.
it's very. I think everyone. The advice I give most people is that you need to have a healthy outlook and relationship with what you're trying to do. Streaming is if you're choosing to be a streamer, okay, you're choosing, this is probably going to be the most difficult thing you've ever done, will ever attempt to do, okay, barring like really horrible life circumstances. But what I mean is, you have to approach it from that mentally. You have to look at this like, I'm about to do something that is going to be the most difficult thing that I'm ever choosing to do with my life. There's so many other ways to make life work and worth living and all this stuff. And if you don't approach streaming from that perspective, it's going to be much harder for you. You really need to attack streaming from the perspective of, this is the most difficult thing I'm ever choosing to do in my life. But then you also have to figure out why it's worth it to go after that most difficult thing. Maybe it's that you want to work from home, and maybe it's that you want to be famous. Whatever it is, if you have to have the proper balance and relationship with the choice. And a lot of streamers are just like, I want to be a streamer. I like playing games. And I just don't think that's enough to really approach the task that you're talking about here. So we're not talking about a hobby where, you just like, whatever, model planes or something. And if you fail at it, then your plane doesn't fly. And then you buy another plane and you put that one together and hopefully that one flies. And it's not the same. This is so much more emotionally tied up in what you're doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Your self-worth gets tied up in it in some ways.
Yeah, dude, man, everything, like, that's why I said, like, it's a rough go. I try to tell people that, like, it's a rough, like I said, I spent 15 months in the desert getting bombed, and that was a dark place for me, for my friends. Like, for real, waking up every day, not knowing if today was going to be my last day on the planet. And then, go to streaming and feel like, God, this is on that same fucking level. Like,
that's crazy.
I've had to, yeah, it's nuts. But people, I'm not exaggerating here. If you do not have the mental faculties, streaming will
and the ability
burn you out quick.
Yeah, and the ability to deal with negativity, because
I'm not even talking about like the people trying to swat me and sending me because like I said, I was the top dog in the game that I was on.
Right.
I'm on the developer's website. I had people sending me hate mail,
right,
and sending me a bunch of random shit. I got botted. I went through more shit like than anybody that's got like 1,000 times my view count. The only thing that has not happened to me is swatting, and that's only because I took privacy ever since the internet was a thing to a thing. It's very difficult to find me on the internet. Like, all my domains and stuff and all that stuff has all been privacy shielded for years and years. So
somehow they still find you, though. Like, man, I get phone calls and they're like, hi, we saw you own this domain. I'm like, how? Like, how? And they're like, you want us to make you a website? And I'm like, I make my own websites. Go away.
But
so as careful as you can be, it's still a thing, right?
And a lot of people don't prepare for it because at first it's just having fun.
That's a whole other conversation. Privacy, for sure.
Privacy, and just what you will be exposed to on the internet. Like, a lot of people don't ever get the full brunt of the internet, like, ever. And I experienced a pretty good chunk of it, being a top tier on a number one on the game.
Yeah,
that has a very small community, and
that's
why
And so there's going to be ups and downs with streaming, and that's why I say the perspective that you choose to attack this with is going to be the most important. Because if you I'm an offender of this. I understand, because when I first started streaming, my attitude was not, this is going to be the most difficult thing I've ever done. My attitude was, I deserve this. I'm really good at production. I know everything about streaming. I'm way beyond where the average streamer is when it comes to technology and audio production. I have a degree in video production. My attitude was, I'm this will be easy, and that was not the right attitude to have. It's not, even if it was easy, it was not the right attitude. And that doesn't mean that I didn't work hard. I'm like a workaholic. I worked myself till I'm
probably
sick.
worked yourself.
I worked really hard. I was doing like crazy things where we were streaming music, and then I would move the entire stream setup to another room to play like a game on the couch in the dark. And then I'd move it to another room to play computer games or whatever. And I was doing everything I possibly could. I was working myself to death, and it's not, even while I was working really hard, I had the wrong attitude. Attitude is everything in this space. If you have the wrong attitude, nobody's going to want to watch that. There are way too many streams that I go in, and people are just yelling at the game, or they're just so mad, and they think that that's what people want to watch, and it's not. The majority
this is not Twitter.
The majority of people don't want to watch you be angry because they'll feel it. I think a lot of people aren't aware of this, but we're very empathetic creatures, and people go to Twitch to like actually kind of kick back and have a good time. And unless they're like sociopathic and laughing at your misery, and then now they're not really watching you in the way that you want to be watched anyway. Like, they're watching you because they're like, this guy, look at this guy, he's getting his ass kicked and he hates it. This is great. You know, they're like making fun of you at that point.
Not exactly the community you want to foster.
Yeah. And, all right, OG. Thanks for chilling. And we're going to be wrapping this up here anyway.
I love you guys too.
Well, I'll be doing this every Friday as you know, as my health permits and as I can. So, you know, if you guys want to pop in and hang out, we'll do this.
For sure. It was a lot of fun. Always have lots of thoughts about streaming. Sonny, you know.
Yeah, I do know.
So I will see y'all another time. Thanks for allowing me to join.
Okay, have a good one, dude. Thank you.
See ya.
Yeah, this has been good. So I hope we should really wrap it up. And I'll just say, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys have questions and you want to talk about more streaming stuff, I'm going to try and do this every Friday, you know, if I can. So keep an eye on the IQ Discord. I really appreciate you guys hanging out and watching. Go check out all of our IQ streamers. You can catch them live if they've joined the team on the website, infinitequality.live. A couple weeks we're going to be launching the podcast. That's going to be a lot of fun. Look forward to that. And go check out Oberlinks. He could use your support. All the IQ streamers are working on their stream and they care. So if you're interested in joining IQ, you can visit infinitequality.live. Most of you guys are already in IQ. This stream and this content is going to be edited and put on YouTube. So you guys can check us out. If you're on YouTube watching this, visit us on Twitch. We're Infinite Quality Live, not .live, but Infinite Quality Live on Twitch. Or you can find the stream through the website, infinitequality.live. Is that confusing? I don't know.
It's kind of confusing.
Just go to infinitequality.live. Everything's there.
You need to get an SEO captain.
Yeah, I do too many things, so things are going to get a little bit out of balance. But thank you guys. Appreciate you all for hanging out and supporting. Again, this is not a channel. Don't raid this stream. Don't raid any of the streams on this channel. Do not raid this channel. You can host it if you want. I'm probably just going to have alerts off. We're not, this channel is not about this channel. This is about our community. This is about what we're doing. This is about figuring out streaming and having these kinds of discussions. So, thank you, Ober, for hanging out.
Absolutely.
And it's always
I
good.
love the meme. So
Yeah,
like I'm
you
here.
do. Yeah. All right, guys. Everybody have a good evening. We will catch you next Friday if you want to see this again. And I gotta find my end scene like a professional. And we're out. So thank you guys. See you guys next time.